Okay, hey guys, again, I was over on my Instagram and I was posting a picture and I was like, does anyone know my name is Ashley? Like, kind of like a, to the new followers, thank you for coming to my page. For those of you who don't know, this page is all about self-love, self-care. And I was like, do people know what my name is? Like, I think it's a huge part of like getting to know me. Y'all know everything else. But if you go back and look at the videos, you'll know everything else. All my business is out there. But so I was like, wow, I just don't make it a habit to introduce myself. But anyway, also too in that post, I talked about this is not a trend, this is a lifestyle. And I put that on everything, and I'm very serious about that because I laugh when it's like, oh, it's that bubble baths and getting your nails done. That is so far from what self-care and self-love is. Like, if you think that that's you doing something by just doing bubble baths and nails, you don't know what it is. You know what I mean? And when I talked about having the behavior, having a lifestyle of depleting yourself, putting everything and everyone before yourself, and I mean in every way, it's slave mentality. And I was like, oh, is that strong? Is that mean? But I was like, no, I don't think it is. Because when I think back on slave mentality, there were slaves that like, there's a way out. And they were like, no, I can't. Yes, it's risky. Yes, it's gonna force you to make some major moves. Yes. And I'm gonna use some mommy examples. I'm gonna use some other examples. The kids are mommy, 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 mommy. And you're like, I need you to wait. I need you to be patient. I need you to allow me to eat my food, take a nap, put my clothes on, go to the bathroom in peace. My girls used to busting on the bathroom. It didn't matter what I was doing, how long I needed, whether I felt good or not. And it's not a slight to children. Children don't know any better, but children have to be taught. Okay, so the mommy guilt is real. The mommy guilt is real. You don't want to put your baby down. Your baby is screaming. You don't know what the baby wants, but you haven't eaten. You look like the walking, the walking dead. You're exhausted, and you still continue to put your children first. That is noble, that is natural, but you have to allow yourself to know that it's okay. You have to give yourself permission to, like, it's okay for me to get what I need and do what I need to do so that I can be the best mom. Handing the baby over to help their daddy, the nanny, the doula, the babysitter, a friend, put them in a swing. Like, the worst thing they're going to do is not be happy with you in the moment and cry, but you are going to be able to eat, drink some water, splash some water on your face, whatever, and they're not going to die. And it's really hard, and you have to work through that. The guilt, asking for help, expecting that little bundle of joy or your toddler to not understand, to not even want to do what you're asking them to do. But with practice and consistently comes an expectation. So, when you have an important phone call or when you do want to have a mommy day away, they're not still screaming at the top of their lungs, just throwing a tantrum, because now they're old enough to know, and they're just like, I just don't want to do it. I'm just not going to do it, mommy. What I want is you, and I want you right now, and you will do what I said. Like, them terrible 2s and 3s and 4s and sometimes 5s, it gets real if you don't get out of that slave mentality and, take care of you first. Let's use relationships, friendships, things that, the time clock is stopped. And you don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to be the one to ruffle the waters, ruffle their feathers, and basically pull away. But it's not fulfilling. It's toxic. It's this, it's that. It's tumultuous. It's been dead for a long time. You have no other reason. You have nothing else holding you to stay. So it's time to let go. All these things. And you just don't want to be the one to be like, I'm dead inside. I'm dead in this. This has been done. But I don't know how to put myself first and say, I think we need to do what's best for us. However else you want to say that. We stay for other people. Again, careers, bosses, all of these things. That's slave mentality. We stay when it is killing us, when we know there's no end in sight. This isn't good. This isn't what it's supposed to be. We stay. Why do we stay? Let's use another example. Setting aside the time to put yourself first, to care for yourself, and so you just always put everything else in front of you, and then you have to, you don't look like yourself, you don't feel like yourself, but you're getting the job done. I didn't have time to do my hair, forgive how I look, but the tablescape is done, everything is done, the food is ready, the presentation is completed, I stayed up till 3 a.m. I emailed you the PowerPoint. I'm a team player. Everyone's gonna be like, thanks. No, it was gonna get done. But you needed to be at your best. And it doesn't always have to fall on you. And if you don't do it all, no one should. And if they do, they're not for you. No one's going to be like, well, look at Ashley. She got a good 10 hours of sleep tonight. And, she got up and had her coffee, took her time, got herself together. And then she, presented the PowerPoint, way to go. You know what I mean? Way to drop the ball. No, I'm not showing up and doing the thing and doing it at a disservice to me. Now, this whole thing of this blurred line between being a damn crazy person and being so self-centered that you don't, you just step on necks and you're a narcissist and your ego and all these things, you offend people and you put people off and you're just like, I'm just a spoiled, deserving trophy of an individual that if you don't respect my presence in the room, you just don't know what time it is. That's a whole nother beast of I think for the people that don't want to acknowledge their own role and their own misery, they'll be like, well, people like that's what self-love and self-care will turn into. This nasty, bitchy, ugly, unpleasant person that no one wants to be around. No one is gonna, I'm like, she's very self-entitled. She's very protecting her space, her queenhood, setting boundaries and standards. I'm not breaking up with my boyfriend because I up and decide that I deserve Chanel. And if he can't give me Chanel, then it's over. If he can't, pay all my bills, it's over. That's a little extreme as far as the delivery, but at some point, a man should be a man. And if you don't want Chanel, maybe you want, I don't know, Chick-fil-A. But is he a man that's moving the type of energy that loves and respects your standards and boundaries and wants to give you the world, no matter what it is, how big or how small? Maybe luxury items aren't your thing, but that this man respects you, and that this man is not going to just have his hand out and just take from you and expect you to clean the whole house and expect you to do everything with the kids and expect you to work 8 hours plus commute time just like him, pull your weight, wash the dishes and plan dinner and put the kids' birthday party together and show up in your community and do all these things. So you wanting some R&R, you wanting him to at least take the financial load, or expect to take the financial load, or you expecting him to, you can do your laundry. What did you do before? All these other little different nuances and, it's about how you respect yourself and how you expect him to respect you. Because you're an adult. This is not a dictatorship. Relationships aren't I'm the ruler and you're my subservient and you're my slave. And so you're here to do jobs and keep clean and cook and do all these things. And I'm the man. No, that's what that prevents. That's what that balances out as. That's what that does. If you want to talk about, bring in relationships, how a man views your new attitude, how a man should receive, you saying, I can't do that right now. I'm not, you know what I mean? But, if you want to get somebody else to do it, make a couple calls, okay, I understand, you know what I mean? I get it, you're busy, thank you. Yeah. Being very clear, being very precise, being very like, I have things I have to do too. First, for me, you're a grown ass man. You are fully capable of using Google, hiring services, finding out the answer, hiring a virtual personal assistant, whatever, if it's going to take away from what I need to do. Or you can just wait. If I want to do it, I'll do it later for you, baby, after I do what I need to do. And the real ones, the right ones, the ones that are really for you, friends, family, and everything in between, will respect that, will honor that, and will have no problem with it. You know, and going back to this being a lifestyle, no one benefits from, I say this all the time, doing backflips, working themselves to the bone, not eating, not sleeping, not getting, proper rest, not pulling themselves together, looking disheveled, looking tired, looking run down, showing up and doing everything else, like just trying to just do it all. Like, that's not a good look. And there's no rewards out here. No one's going to give you a pat on the back. Like, oh, you poor thing. People are just going to keep taking if you allow them to take. People are just going to be like, I don't know. She's the one that signed up to do all that. And you might even be the type of person that like, I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. I have so much to do. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, you signed up for that. Now, if you had asked for help, or if you had, done what you needed to do to be prepared, or you might not take it all on. I don't know. The dynamics and the examples are endless, but I go back to, like, I think sometimes you do need that tough love of slave mentality, because we as women, especially Black women, it's all these narratives in the world of, like, the government, the attack on the Black family unit, the attack on femininity, and with the patriarchy and all these layers of all these things that are stacked against you. It can get overwhelming, but if you dial it back to you, can't nobody do anything to you. Can't nobody knock on your door and say, it's time for you to get to work, crack a whip on you and run you to the bone. Unless that's what you sign up for in 2023. And even in moving in spaces and in conversations and platforms and comment forums and in live feeds, or in what's that thing called, that app that was Clubhouse, still a thing? I don't know where people, wherever y'all be talking to these individuals that make you feel bad about your choices, or make you feel bad or start doubting and backtracking on your resolve and your stance. Even Black men, this whole war between men and women, the war between, the high value Black man and the woman, and all this stuff, all that noise doesn't have to be your reality or your experience, unless you have a slave mentality and you buy into that. It's a whole free world out here, and there's billions and millions of people that you can meet and interact with and know that, like, they're on a positive uptick. They're like doing things and moving in the energy that's like totally, like, they don't even know that stuff is being said. It doesn't have to be your truth. If you believe it, it's true. If you buy into that, you just bought your ticket. Have a seat at the show. Get ready for the crazy roller coaster of this whole hot mess. That doesn't have to be you. Whereas if you buy into something that is positive, forward moving, like all about family, love, growth, encouragement, empowerment, abundance, longevity, hope, all these things, then that is what you're going to experience. So we have to be very careful with it. Anybody that gets behind a mic and gets on a platform and speaks in authority doesn't necessarily have to impact you. I don't even reach everybody, and I'm fine with that. There are going to be some women that believe that if they don't forever play this role, this doormat role, they'll never get the rewards, they'll never get the man, and they have to, that's just what it is. I can't reach those women. They'll have to just live and learn. But if you are open to, like, there's something so much more There's so much more possible. There's so much more available if I just, start. Change what I believe is even, available. Change my slave mentality, then this thing can turn itself around. I don't experience people that do not respect my standards, my boundaries, and all the work that I've done to be the woman that I am today. And you have that same ability. Is it going to take you some time? Absolutely. But only because, bad habits die hard. You know what I mean? So there's the perfect circle, there's the perfect room, there's the perfect man or partner, there's a perfect everything on the other side of your decision to love and care for yourself deeper, wider, stronger, and more than ever before. So thank you for watching this little short, and until the next one, peace. Bye.